Hello, Audioholics. This is Logan, and welcome back to Audioholics Anonymous. Today, we are going to be doing another album review of Styx, Crash of the Crown. And here to help me is Crash
the Crown.
of the
I am the Crown. This channel is the Crash.
I am the table.
I am the tablet.
Oh, no. You are the tile layer.
So this album was really okay. Backstory: I hate Styx. I have never been a fan of Styx. Like, for the longest time, I've shat on them. I think the fucking Mr. Roboto song is the most infuriatingly terrible song I've ever heard in my fucking life.
You have no sense for.
I hate that whole album. I hate everything I've heard from Styx. What's that one song where it's like, I fucking hate
Renegade?
that shit.
That's a fucking amazing song. You're just
I
wrong,
hate
dude.
it.
You're just wrong, dude.
Styx is my kryptonite. Their vocals piss me off, but their instrumentals piss me off. Their songwriting pisses me off. Their lyrics solely exist to piss me off. The production even gives me the middle finger and, you guessed it, pisses me off. So I really don't like Styx. I went into this album like ready to shit on it and be the only person shitting on it. I actually liked it more than he did. I can't even tell you why. It sounds like a Styx album, but for some reason, these songs just worked for me. The Fight of Our Lives was really good. I really loved, the whole album was amazing from front to back, but the title track, Hold Back from the Darkness, A Monster was pretty good. Long Live the King was like really epic. So many good like areas in this album, and I have no idea if it's a concept album. I did some research on that, but inconclusive, basically. I don't think it is. I couldn't follow a story. I didn't see any common elements, but either way,
so it's just
it
like
flows real well, huh?
So it's just like Kilroy. It's like it could be a concept album, but it's so convoluted nobody fucking knows.
Yeah, I don't know, but I really enjoyed it. I don't like have any aspect of it I can jerk off in particular. The vocals, still not my favorite thing in the world, but they didn't piss me off. The melodies, on the other hand, really did stick with me on quite a few of these songs. The instrumentals I found to be pretty interesting, but really the songwriting and composition is what shines here. I think it's a really inspired album and by far the best thing I've heard from Styx. And that's motivated me to go back and listen to some more Styx albums like The Grand Illusion. I'd heard it before and I didn't like it. Maybe I need to go back and, try it again because, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things where it just finally clicked for me and now I'm a Styx fan. I haven't done that yet, but I will. Kilroy Was Here I will not go back to, though. You can't pay me enough money to listen to Mr. Roboto again. I'm sorry. I got a little secret. I hate that song. Okay, you can go.
So this is an interesting album for me. So Styx are starting to do something that a lot of classic rock bands are really starting to do nowadays. And that is
make music.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no, like Judas Priest. They came out with a last album in 2017, 2018. They've supposedly been in production on an album since 2020, and they've had to 2018, and they've been in production on an album since I believe 2019 or 2020, and they've had to basically shelve that as a result of quarantine and the virus and things like that. Similar thing with Metallica, even though it has been a little while, I guess, since their last album, but
2016. But honestly, that's not a huge.
That's not a huge difference. The thing, though, is like, are they going back to making a new album every year like they did in their prime? No, and they aren't ever going to. They have enough money to where they don't need to do that, and they can just focus on touring. And honestly, a lot of these classic rock bands, I just don't think have the stamina to do what they did in the 80s. Or the drugs. But in Styx's case, I think they put out some pretty good stuff. The Mission, that came out in 2016, and they toured. I saw Styx live, and they toured for The Mission. It is a really good album. It is the most ambitious thing they've done since Kilroy, and unlike Kilroy, I think it actually worked. But I think this is an amazing album, but it's not going to change any. Well, I wrote that in my notes, and then Tyler told me, I like this album. I'm like, well, I was wrong, apparently. Styx as a band has realized long ago that they just plain don't give a shit anymore. And depending on where you stood on the band already, I mean that either in the best or worst way possible. Styx is a lot like AC/DC, where once you've heard one Styx song, you've kind of heard all of them. They don't have a ton of variety. Yeah, they might have changed like production styles to keep up with the time. Yeah, you know, maybe they have like some different lyrical themes or something, but it's a Styx album. If you like Styx already, you will love this album. If you don't like if you don't like Styx albums, well, maybe you might still like this album. I honestly don't know what the hell he saw in this, because this just sounds like every other Styx album. And to me, it just sort of seems like, well, we're a classic rock band with a lot of fans in our 50s, 60s, whatever. Let's just give them what they want. And they've kind of been playing that card ever since their inception, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I really don't know what it was about this album. Again, it might just be that their sound finally clicked for me. Sometimes that happens. Like, it took me how many fucking listens of Dream Theater records to finally click with that band, you know?
But, like, this sounds like classic Styx to a point of near plagiarism, I think. Especially Grand Illusion. If you like Grand Illusion, you will probably love this album.
Okay, I agree, but it's not that bad. It doesn't sound like Hardwired, like ripping off their own songs.
It is in that exact same boat for me. On a purely performance level, Styx is one of the classic rock bands that I think has aged the best. Again, I saw them live, and they sound just like they did in the 1980s. They can still hit the really high notes.
And he would know that because he was definitely alive in the 1980s.
Well, I heard the albums that came out in the 1980s anyway. But, you know, Dennis DeYoung and Tommy Shaw's, their voices are definitely very polarizing to critics. And I feel like I'm sort of in a minority of being a critic that genuinely really likes Styx. I think Grand Illusion is a masterpiece. I think that Pieces of Eight is really good. Kilroy, I mean, come on, it's a disaster, but that kind of makes it a little bit better because you can kind of enjoy it ironically. And how can you not enjoy Mr.
Like that Lauryn Hill album. If you ever want to go down insanity lane, look up that Todd in the Shadows video on Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, you know, but
I just compared Kilroy Was Here to the Lauryn Hill live album.
That is, but yeah, from one train wreck to another.
Yeah, so
it's a fine album.
I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I was having a bit more fun with it, maybe because, you know, Styx was a fun album to listen to, and I feel like they had fun making it, and so why shouldn't I have fun talking about it, right?
You should never have fun ever. It is forbidden.
Yeah, having fun on our channel is illegal. All right, so did you guys listen to the new Styx? What did you think about it? Tell us in the comment section below, and without further ado, we bid you
audio do.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.